Hello, hello, hello. It's that time of the day again. It's coffee time, where we look at the Daily Mail website and take in the news. We imbibe the news. Let's have a look. I've not really looked at it today. Top story? Should we do top story? What is the top story? You'd think, I don't know, it might be, I don't know, something to do with Russia and Ukraine, or, you know, AI taking over the world. No, this is Arsenal. Arsenal stars are accused of snubbing a club mascot as they ignore a girl. She's having a t-shirt, well, the club shirt signed, and they sign the shirt and they move on. I mean, well, I don't know what they meant to be. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. Is they're signing her shirt, and they very professionally just move on. I get but they're being accused of being entitled, overpaid, and rude. Well, we know they're overpaid. I don't know about being entitled. I'm not sure what the problem is. It says the video shows manager Mikel Arteta and his players filing past the 8-year-old Olivia and writing on a replica top, but apparently failing to acknowledge the youngster. She gazed at them in admiration. Okay. Now, are they going? Is this before the game or after the game? Because again, if it's before the game, they're in the zone, aren't they? They're like focused on the match. They're not going to be doing stop and chat. I don't know. But yeah, their behaviour has been branded classless and has drawn the ire of social media users, including Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, you know, ex-editor of The Mirror. Do you remember with the staged, faked pictures of British Army urinating on prisoners of war? Do you remember that Piers Morgan? That loon? But yeah, apparently none of them said hello. Many of them have headphones in. See, I get a feeling many of them like in their like performance zone. Okay, maybe they'd be different after the match. I don't know. Maybe this is. I don't know. I don't know if it's before or after. But there you go. But yeah. Even Nick Knowles stuck the boot in. So here are some tweets from people who are upset with their. This is the top story. This is the top story on the website. This is an interesting one. Universal Music, that is. UMG, Universal Music Group, have pulled a song. It's called Heart on My Sleeve, right? They've pulled it from streaming services, right? Because the track has racked up 15 million TikTok views and has had 600,000 streams on Spotify. That's almost as much as my music. I'm kidding. I'm lucky if I get maybe a stream a week across my entire catalogue. I should just give up, shouldn't I? Yeah, living in a dream world. But yeah, the song featured AI generated. It's an AI generated song featuring synthetic voices of Drake and The Weeknd. He's the guy that's dropped the E. The third E in Weekend. Yeah. And it's infringing content created with generative AI, they reckon. It is believed to be created using AI programming trained with artists' music, something which UMG says represents both a breach of our agreements and a violation of copyright law. This is fascinating. This really is fascinating. Where AI and simulcry end up heading into copyright infringement. there's been speculation that the song was a publicity stunt by a startup tech firm, and it was originally posted on TikTok by a user called Ghostwriter977. The music label told Billboard magazine that the viral postings demonstrate why platforms have a fundamental legal and ethical responsibility to prevent the use of their services in ways that harm artists. Interesting. Now, there was that story of the photographer. I've got to pull it up now. This is the Sony World Photography Awards, and this picture, right? It's called the picture's called Pseudomnesia, the Electrician, and it won the Creative Open category in last week's Sony World Photography Awards. And this is the image. Now, I don't know, something about it looks a bit AI generated, but this was generated by AI. Boris Eldagson has refused his prize because he did it. He said he was being a cheeky monkey. That's his quote. Not normally that'd be my quote, but no, he actually described himself as a cheeky monkey, and did it to prove a point. And I think he's not accepting the award, or he's either going to refuse the award or give the money to a Ukraine charity. But here he is with a friend. But yeah, so AI is everywhere. Maybe even I'm AI generated, like Max Headroom. Remember him? I've got plenty of headroom. It's not a 4-head anymore, it's a 5-head. They're writing it this, I'll make it up as I go along. Oh my goodness. This is distressing footage, and it truly is. This is at Aintree at the weekend. We had the Grand National, which was held up by protesters protesting that it's a cruel event. Again, I've already said that I think some of the jumps at the National should be reduced in size, because you can have steeplechasing that's safe, and the Grand National jumps again are just crazy. But this, I've got to get this queued up. This is Recite a Prayer and Galvin. They unseated their riders at the first fence and ran the course as loose horses before veering off the track, and then they slid off and actually took a woman down. Look, took down someone who's watching the Grand National. So yeah, again, loose horses and unseated riders is another problem at this event. And of course, I don't know if you saw it last night, talking of protests, everyone's protesting this was at the World Championship snooker event. Again, it's just waiting for the clip to cue. Here we go. He gets on the table and douses himself and the table in orange paint, bringing the event to a close. Another protester on the other table was actually manhandled off. So yeah, again, that was Just Stop Oil doing that protest. Edred Whittingham apparently he's been arrested something like 6 times already this year. He's a philosophy, politics and economics student at Exeter University. Of course he is. And yeah, he just looks like it's a performance art piece at that point. Do you remember in the old days when you used to have streakers at the yeah, there were streakers at the snooker back in the old days. I don't know if they got any footage of that. Let's have a look. Is it? See, back in the old days, again they fuzzed her out, but yeah, this was during a match with Ronnie O'Sullivan. But yeah, we used to have lady streakers. Come on, that was more like it. That was Leanne Crofts. And here is a picture from Shutterstock of her handling some balls there. Handling balls. There we go. One for the dads. I've kind of veered off topic. What was I talking about? I've completely got distracted. Protests. Yeah. Good news, everybody. Good news. Shall we have a look at some cues? I'm gonna show you some cues. All right, here we go. I wonder what they're queuing for. It's outside an Aldi. Do you know what they're looking for? That's at Ancoats in Manchester today. You can have a guess. I'm going to let you guess. Are you ready? It's Prime. Yes, it's the YouTube hydration drink that's sent people nuts. Apparently there was some new flavours coming, and so people were queuing like you do. Probably to flog them on eBay, I'd imagine. Queues formed outside Aldi stores today as new supplies of Prime came in, and scuffles broke out in the aisles, with bottles going on to sell as much as £100. Again, this is marketed by YouTubers KSI and Logan Paul. Normally it's £1.99, but you know, you can just scalp this stuff crazy. I wish I was doing this. I'd make a bloody fortune, wouldn't I? You've got 6 flavours: limited edition orange and mango, Meta Moon, tropical punch, blue raspberry, lemon and lime, and ice pop. There's muggings. Previously there's been muggings and near riots in shops because people have gone crazy for the drink. Yeah. No good. Just no good. No good. Meanwhile, go back to protests. They reckon anti-monarchists are going to disrupt Charles's coronation. King Chuck. They're gonna blockade the Mall with protesters holding up banners saying "Not my king." That's not very nice, is it? Spoiling Charlie's big day. It's not nice, is it? What else have we got here? The official dish of the coronation. I don't know if you... Now, back in 1953, it was coronation chicken. Do you remember that? Well, this year, 2023, we're not doing coronation chicken. King Charles III, his celebratory item is coronation quiche. Could you get any blander? Should have just gone for the coronation cheese sandwich and just done it that way. But yeah, apparently coronation quiche, and you can even make it yourself. There's a recipe if you want to imagine yourself eating what Charlie's eating. Do you think he'd be eating that? I don't know. But yeah, the tart was developed in close conjunction with the King and Queen Consort by the royal chef Mark Flanagan at Buckingham Palace. And here is one of the chefs preparing the dish. There you go, coronation quiche. Alright, isn't it? It's alright. This is some good news. Ofgem has banned the false instalment of prepayment energy meters. Again, it hasn't gone far enough in my opinion, but again, if you're was it economically challenged, soft language, if you're poor and you can't afford your electricity and your gas, they can force you to have prepayment energy meters, and it's always the poorest in society that have to have this, because hey, we wouldn't want you running up a bill that you can't pay, would you? And these people on prepayment meters often pay a great deal more for their energy, because that's what you do to poor people. You make them pay more, don't you? Because it's a very unfair system. But anyway, Ofgem has banned the instalment of prepayment energy meters in homes of the over 85s. Oh, big woo! How many people would that help? Hardly any. Again, they should ban it completely, and I think prepayment meters should be banned, and we should look at electricity and gas and water as what they are, a utility, a necessity, and we should all have. This is radical thinking. This is radical thinking. We should all have free energy, a bare minimum free energy, just to get us through winter. All of us. And then if you go over it, then you've used up your energy. But we should all get a free. Just imagine that, like a yearly, like I don't know, £1,000 worth of free energy. Well, I probably need £2,000 because of the gas prices at the moment. But imagine that. Imagine that we actually return the utilities back to what they are. Because we need electricity now. It's not like the old days, is it? It's not like the old days. But then, of course, I don't run the world. Yeah, it just irritates me the way things have gone. And this is why I wish Thatcher was alive, so she could see the mess she created. Court news, anyone? Yeah, let's have some court news. This is the story of Christopher Taylor. He's 60 years old, and of course, come on, Daily Mail, you can do it. Or can it do it? I don't know. I don't think it can. Oh, it's doing that thing again where it won't show any of the images. It's a bit rubbish. Okay, let's go to a different browser, seeing it doesn't want to work. It was showing the pictures a minute ago. Anyway, Christopher Taylor, here he is. This is him outside Bolton Crown Court. He's not looking too happy. What's he been up to? Well, he's a naughty boy. And this is his home in Wigan, in Greater Manchester. He's a dirty dog. Yeah. What did he do? He hacked into 772 webcams across the globe. Yeah. And he did this in order to watch 47 women, in compromising positions, either undressing or having sex. He was caught when IT staff at the Georgia Institute of Technology in Atlanta alerted the FBI after malware was found on a laptop of a student at its aerospace laboratory, because he'd managed to trick 772 people in 39 different countries to unwittingly relinquish control of their computers so they could monitor their private lives over a 3-year period. And police believe that 47 women were secretly watched by the married man from his laptop at his £170,000 semi-detached home in Wigan, while engaging in sexual activity with their partners. So a hacker. But the investigation found that Taylor had deleted thousands of files before his arrest. When British police raided his home, Taylor, a full-time carer for his wife Wendy, told officers, "It's just what I've been meddling with on the computer." And he faces extradition proceedings to be tried in the US for wire and computer fraud. But the request was turned down after a judge in London ruled it would negatively impact his ailing wife. He's lucky. He is so lucky. And more than 7 years after his original arrest, Taylor could be jailed today after he admitted voyeurism and securing unauthorised access to computer material. He is so lucky that he never went to America. He was found to have amassed a huge cache of 80,000 images and videos dating from between 2012 and 2015. Many of the images and videos capture people eating, working, lying in bed and doing yoga. Neil Fryman, prosecuting, told the hearing. However, there were a number of images that show people in various stages of undress involved in sexual activity. Why couldn't he get a proper hobby? I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to see if he gets sent down. Meanwhile, the SNP are still in trouble. Their treasurer and serving MSP Colin Beattie is arrested by police. This is after Peter Morrell, that's Nicola Sturgeon's husband, was arrested and released because they want to know what happened. Detectives want to know what happened to £600,000 in donations. It was merely resting in his account. So, yeah, it's a murky thing. Who knows what's going on there? Good news, everybody. We've got Deadly Asian hornets. The invasive bug is the first time it's seen in 4 years, amid fears that 2023 is on track to be the worst ever for the invasive species, with 20 nests already been discovered. A deadly Asian hornet was spotted in Folkestone in Kent. Layla, that's where you came from. She is... Oh, went a bit Batman there. Better straighten the camera. That's what they call that, a Dutch angle. Oh, I can't get my camera to stand up straight. Oh, that's even worse. Say hello to your audience. Hello. That wasn't the dog speaking, that was me. But yeah, let's have a look at one of these things. He can just buzz off. They've got to have something to worry about. Meanwhile, yeah, Jersey has had a real problem with them, right? And they've had 22 nests have been discovered in Jersey, which is one of my favourite places, mainly because of Bergerac. Down, down, down. This is a case for Bergerac. So there you go. Wait a minute, my mouse has gone. Hello. Hold up the trackpad. No. This is embarrassing. I appear to have lost connection with my trackpad. This is technology. No, it's completely frozen. Oh, no, I'm back again. I'm back in the room. My trackpad is now working. What was that about? Did you just install an update this morning, Darren? Will it make your computer go a bit wobbly? I imagine. What else have we got? Still looking. Oh, this is interesting. Single-sex schools will be able to reject transgender pupils. Of course they can, because if you're in a girls' school or a boys' school and they suddenly decide that sex is meaningless, what's the point in having boys and girls' schools? So yeah, this is a move that comes after school leaders and governors met with lawyers amid fears about discrimination claims from parents of transgender pupils if they refuse to accommodate them. The guidance, which will apply to all state and independent single-sex schools in England and will be issued in weeks, is being drawn up by Education Secretary Gillian Keegan and Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch. Under it, school leaders will be able to refuse demands by pupils to use different pronouns. Because pronouns are stupid. You can always tell a moron because they have pronouns in their bio on social media and in their emails. Department of Education resource says single-sex schools can refuse to admit pupils of other legal sex required of whether a child is questioning their gender. Good for them. At last, there are some adults in the room. Thank goodness. Again, this is a follow-on from yesterday's Brecon Beacons things. John Humphreys blasted the baffling decision to drop Brecon Beacon's English name for the eco-friendly Welsh one. He said this is a symbolic name change which won't save the planet. Exactly. I don't get it. I don't understand. How does changing a name? Now, if they'd have said we just want to rename it to its Welsh name, fine, do that. But to wrap it up in some sort of green, eco-friendly message is frankly bizarre. You know, he's bonkers. Oh, we've got some more court news. This is the story of Danielle Stafford, the 29-year-old from Holgate, Cottingham. Right. Let's have a look at her. Something for the dads here. Has been jailed for 7.5 years. Why? What did she do? Well, she was a drugs kingpin she made so much money by selling drugs that she bought a second home and lived without touching any of her salary from her job as an engineer. Here she is, heading into court. Oh, not again. Whoa, there is something weird with my trackpad. I nearly lost complete control then. Yeah, she spent money on watches, expensive watches, and Louis Vuitton handbags like you do. But all along, she was a massive kingpin, or queenpin, surely. This just gave the Daily Mail an excuse to rifle through her social media so we could get all the bikini pics, isn't it? When the police raided her home, they found £26,000 in cash and drugs with a street value of £33,000 in her home. And now she's gone down for it. This was a whole Crown Court. She originally denied 9 offences, and as the trial started, she changed her plea to guilty on 4 charges. So there you go. So yeah, good business if you can get it. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. And end up looking like me. What else have we got here? Hey, this is a good one. There's a new gel on the market. Is there, Darren? Tell me, what's it called? It's called Eroxon, because when you want to get your Eroxon, it lets you get your Eroxon. Yeah, apparently it's a gel that you rub on. Do you rub it on your old chap? I don't know. I need to read the story. I just saw the name and thought we can do something with this. Yeah, this is a breakthrough erectile dysfunction treatment, and it works within 10 minutes. It's a topical impotence gel that can be bought without prescription. It will be sold over the counter in Boots in the UK and Ireland from today for $24.99. Each packet will come with 4 single gel uses. So that's how much a bang, Mrs. How much is that? The gel is an alternative to standard treatments such as Viagra, which come in pill form and take up to an hour to kick in. And not all drugs are suitable for all men. There you go. But yeah, a phase 3 trial of 250 men showed that after using Eroxon, sorry, it just makes me laugh, for 12 weeks, 63% of men with erectile dysfunction saw improvements. That's a lot of money. 12 weeks, isn't it? That's going to cost you a fortune. It's like, how many times a week? Is that once a week? I don't know. It's going to cost you £100. Its effects were confirmed in a 75 quid. Sorry, in a second. Depends how many times you do it. Were confirmed in a second phase trial involving 47 men. With 61% of men seeing a meaningful change, and effects were usually seen within 10 minutes. But do you rub it on your old chap? A few side effects were reported, including headaches, not tonight dear, nausea, and skin irritation. Apparently, components in the gel evaporate. Yeah, you do rub it on the old chap, causing rapid cooling of the penis that stimulates the nerve endings. A secondary, slower warming action further activates the neurotransmitters, which leads to a generation of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is key for erections because it relaxes muscles. I did not know this. So there we go. Dr. Hillary says Eroxon, sorry, it just makes me... Eroxon offers a breakthrough for sexual wellness. The Eroxon, keep saying it, gel ensures sexual spontaneity remains intact thanks to the speed of action. Professor David Ralph, a consultant neurologist and past president of the European Society for Sexual Medicine, said the efficacy of Eroxon is remarkable and approaches the efficacy of current first-line therapy, but with significantly lower adverse events. There we go. So if you want to get your rocks on, you need some Eroxon. See, I could have done the advert. I could have been the face of Eroxon with my catchy slogan. Do you ever get the feeling you've wasted your life? Do you ever get the feeling that, you know? Ah, it's just me then. Just me. Have I done enough yet? Have I done enough? Meanwhile, here's some good news. Leo Sayer. Do you know Leo Sayer? Best thing about Leo Sayer was him breaking out of the Big Brother compound. Do you remember that back in the day when he broke out and he got the ump? Well, right, he's got married. Yeah, he's married. His partner Donatella Piccinetti, because he lives. I think he lives in Australia. He's an Australian citizen. He's been so for a very long time. But yeah, they got married and they've been together 40 years. Isn't that nice? I bet he felt like dancing. I'll sod you then. Trying to find an animal story. Where have all the animal stories gone? Still looking for the animal stories. There aren't any. Mind you, this was another byproduct of Elon Musk's rocket. We've seen these before, but they make lovely swirls in the sky. This is excess fuel being jettisoned, and it looks kind of like the Northern Lights, but this is near Fairbanks in Alaska. Again, and it looks, oh wow, it looks like it was computer generated, that one. Looks like it was made by AI. And yeah, this is a really good one. Looks like a portal is opening in a science fiction movie, a wormhole. So there we go, and here is it on its own. And that's, again, this is just fuel from the SpaceX rocket going up on April 15th. So yeah, pretty good that. I like that. But I'm still looking for a news story for animals. We've got some pictures of animals. These are the winners of the 2023 Sony World Photography Award. I think, didn't we do some of these before? Did we do some? I can't. We're looking at lots of animal pictures, but there's a real lack. There's a real lack of animal stories. But among all the kind of landscape photos you've got here is this one. This is from Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, from Corey Arnold. And it shows you some raccoons in the park just having a mooch. It's like the way they're just walking along there. There you go. I wonder what they're up to. They look like little bandits with their masks on. But yeah, so I think we'll end it there because I can't find any animal stories. We'll leave it with the raccoons in the park. I like that picture. Anyway, let's see if there's anyone in the room. 9 people in. Oh, that's rubbish again, convincing. This is, it's not AI. How much it's mentioned constantly. They're more technological news than human news now. I don't mention it that much. It goes on about snooker. And convinced is just hammering it. There's lots of comments here. And Run says hi. Oh yeah, it rocks on, exactly. It's puntastic. It's convinced. And Neil says hi. How's tricks? Well, I've still been doing the same old shit I've been doing for many years. So same old shit. No more animal stories. No. Couldn't. I can't find it. I'm going to have to dig deeper, unless you want the deadly wasps. Yeah. So anyway, that was the news. I've done enough damage for today. Killing the channel one video at a time. That was the news indeed. You know, you got to drink it up. Oh yes.